Welcome to this Figma course. So let's move along. Okay, so we have our first shape created here in the corner there. What we are going to do is we are just going to duplicate this shape. So I just select the shape and then press Command D on my keyboard. I create a duplicate. I move the copy away from the original. I move it to the corner here at the bottom. And I reduce the size a bit. Yeah. Use the size a bit. Okay, so this is good enough, but if we look here, we pay attention, realize that this is not linear. This is a simple solid color, has the light color here. So yeah, let me maintain this and then convert it to solid. Good, we have our color here, but I think there's a lighter version of the violet. So let me reduce it a bit. Okay, let's see how it looks. Yeah. Okay, so we change the color, and then what we have here, yeah, let's make this light a bit lighter. Let me change it to 10. Seems that 10 is too light for us, so 15. Yeah, 15 works quite well. So when we compare it to what we have here, we realize that it's similar. So we are good to go. Let me preview it and see how it looks. Oh, okay, it's showing now. Looks good and close enough. Okay. So moving on, what we are going to do is we are going to create the login screen next. To do that, we are not going to design from scratch. We are just going to duplicate the page we've already created and then modify that to suit the login page. So to do that, I select my frame and then I press Command D because I'm using Mac, and it's Control D for you if you are using Windows. So I have my duplicate now. The next thing I'm going to do is rename my frame. So I rename it from welcome to login. Yeah. So I have my login frame now. Let me turn off the grid here so that you see how it looks here. It looks good. It looks good. So back to my login screen. I have my login screen now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this text from welcome to login. Yeah. Okay, so I have my login here. As you see here, you realize that we have the illustration of the female, but then the male one is gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this and move this up there. Maybe reduce the size a bit as well. Let me reduce it from 200 to 190. And then center it. Let me see how it looks by previewing it. It looks good. It looks good. So the next thing I'm going to do here, as you see, we have the input sections. So the input boxes. So we have the email input box, the username input box, and the password input box. So I'm going to create these boxes, right? To do that, I'm just going to duplicate the button I have here instead of creating a shape from scratch. As you see, they all have similar shapes, so I'll just duplicate my register button here and then move it up there, right? Center, I make sure it's well centered, and I'll ungroup this now. So ungroup it and then delete. No. So I'll ungroup it. So I've ungrouped it now. I'll change this text from register to email. That's my first input box I'm creating. So from register to email, and I'll reduce the size to 15. when you look at the design here, you realize that the input boxes have very lighter shade of purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the color intensity here. So I'll reduce it from 100 to 15. Let's see. Okay, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good. Then I change the text from white to gray. Okay, works. So 000 and 30. 30% of 00000. That's 0000 is pure black. So 30% of that. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do here, right, is put in an icon. Yes. To find an icon, you can either choose to get your icons from Figma plugins, or you can choose to go to the icon website to download icons and then implement them in your designs or use them in your designs. What I've found easier to do is to download a plugin and then use them inside of Figma. So I end up using icons without having to go outside of Figma. But for educational purposes, I'll teach you how to go to plugin site and then download, right? So let's go to the browser. Okay. So we have our browser here. There's we'll go to, let's search for flat icons. Flat icons has a wide range of icon options that Flat icons has a wide range of icons options that you can use and implement in your designs. They also have Figma plugin. So if you want to download from the website, you come here and you search for whatever icon you need. So let me search for email, right? So when I search for email, you realize that I'm given a wide array of email icons. I have a lot of options here. So I can choose to download whatever I want. If you want the the PNG version of it, you can just copy the PNG and then paste it in your Figma without necessarily having to download it. That's if you want the PNG option. But as I mentioned earlier, I like to use SVGs because it allows me to modify them to suit my preference. So if you want to download the SVG option, you click on the icon option, right? Then you are given PNG and SVG. Okay, this is a premium one. There are a lot of free icons here too. So let's select the free one. Yeah. Wow, it looks like flat icons have made their this one paid now. You used to be able to download the SVGs for free, guys. This is new to me. This is new. Okay, so well, if you want to pay to get the SVGs, then you just download the SVGs. Okay, let's go back to the plugins in Figma. So we are in Figma now. To download a plugin, you right click here and then you see plugins. What you see here are the plugins I've downloaded. If this is your first time going to this menu and you don't have any plugins, you're not going to have all these, right? So if you want to download a plugin, you move to browse plugins in community, right? You click on that, it takes you to the community. So you see a whole range of community files. Select plugin tab and then search for the plugins you need. For this course, we are going to use Iconify, right? So you search Iconify. You search for the Iconify plugin, and then when it comes up, because I've installed it, you see installed here. If you don't have it installed, what you are going to see is an install button. You click on it and then it installs it for you instantly. It's very fast and very simple. Okay, so back to our design, right? Back to our design. To use the plugin we just installed, you have to right click again, go to plugins. In the plugin options that appears, you see the plugin that you just installed. We are going to use Iconify now. So you select Iconify, right? And then it loads for you. This is not what you are going to see when you first load Iconify. You are seeing this because this is my last icon I searched for. So this is what you see on the first time you open Iconify. So we are going to search for an email icon, right? So we'll type the keyword email here, and then it gives us a wide range of email icons. So I will select this one, works well for me. So I drag that from here and then I leave it on my artboard.